Alright, we are on. I'm not gonna make the mistake by actually not putting on the camera and sit here and talk for 10 minutes without actually recording. I've done that once, never again. Yesterday I did freestyle session. I talk a lot about freestyle, and trust me, I will show you a freestyle vlog someday. It's just the fact that it takes a bit more time, and at the moment I really want to focus on my freestyle and not on the filming. So that's why I haven't done a lot of vlogs from there, or no vlogs from there really, but trust me, it's gonna come. But yesterday's freestyle session, we discussed a subject that is about resistance band training. It's really fascinating in my opinion, and I want to discuss a little about it. Let's say we have the dilemma. I have a person that can do 90 kg bench press and do 10 reps. So this is the scenario. If I were to ask you, can this person do a 1 rep max with 110 kg? You would probably say yes. A 1 rep max, if this person can do 90 kg 10 reps, probably 110 kg for 1 rep max. But then if I ask you, if we have a person who's using a, let's say 10 kg resistance band reduction and can do a front lever hold for, let's say 15 seconds. If that's the scenario, then I ask you, all right, can this person do a front lever hold without the resistance band for 3 seconds? And now you really have to think. And in my opinion, the answer is yes. And this is the sort of structure I've been training literally my whole life, or my whole career of calisthenics. I've always been using resistance band. Even if I have learned a skill, I'm still training with resistance band. Because we had a dilemma yesterday, or we had a discussion, not a dilemma, but we talked about it. And just because you never do full front lever attempts doesn't mean you're not gonna get results in full front lever or in planche or any skill for that matter. So that's why I so much recommend resistance band training, and still do it today. Because if I do resistance band training and I have a band, it helps me to the degree where I can do, let's say, 12-second holds with this band, and after 12 seconds I'm struggling the fuck and it's not worth it to hold any longer. So 12 seconds with this band. In competition, I'm never gonna do a full 12-second planche hold. It's not gonna happen. So for me to train in like 12-second holds, it gives me tons of muscle connection, tons. And my body gets extremely used to this position. And then in competition, I only need to hold 3-second holds. And that's a short amount of period. So when my body's so used to this movement, I will actually be able to perform a 3-second hold, pretty basic, even though I never train 3-second holds in the gym, because that's not gonna give me that much. Another thing I want to mention was last training, freestyle session yesterday. Before freestyle I did have a rest day, so we will have this in mind. But if you've been following my vlogs now for some time, you've seen that some of my sessions have been pretty low in energy. Especially the last ones, they have been I've been tired as fuck. And of course I have a pretty stressful life right now, a lot in studies. And it usually fucks me up a little bit, unfortunately. But I don't know for sure, it might be other things as well. Either way, I've not had 2 good sessions. But the crazy thing is that yesterday's freestyle, I do freestyle training, and that has been pretty good for a while. But I also do some strength training, like planche holds and combos, just for fun really. It's not necessarily to train specific, but I just test myself a little. So I did straight bar planche, full planche, and it was the best I've ever done in my entire life. That was yesterday. Even though my training has been so fucking bad lately, I've never felt so strong as I did yesterday. And this is just a pure example of, even though training feels like shit, if you just push through it a little, the result is gonna be there. And yesterday I definitely felt it. Like in front lever, I did a full planche straight bar hold, the cleanest one probably I've ever done. And then I did 2 clean front lever pull-ups on straight bar. And like I said, I never trained without resistance band, and I still performed this. Have that in mind. That's extremely important, and important to understand that you will still achieve. But the weird part was that even though my trainings have been super shit, yesterday was like almost like all the results came in one day. And that was a good feeling. I appreciated it so much and I enjoyed it. So I filmed a lot of content as well. It's gonna be more on Instagram though, short format. But damn, it's those type of moments, like I can train for 2 months getting barely no results, and then having these days where I just get tons of results instantly. And at that point I need to understand that, okay, everything I've done for the last couple of months has led me to this. Extremely important to understand. And as long as I am aware of this, it's fine to have these bad workouts, because I know that there's gonna be a day where maybe my stress levels are a bit lower, or I've got a really good intake of food or energy, I've slept well. A lot of circumstances in life is good, and when it is, you're gonna like shoot all the results as one. Because I've also felt that sometimes when you are sick for a short period of time, after the sickness, sometimes you come back and you're even stronger than before. And that's just a clear sign of almost overtraining. And I have that dilemma as well. Like, I know I train a bit too much. If you see me, I train 4 times statics per week, and I train freestyle 2 times. I only have 1 rest day. And of course, that is definitely a bit too much. But at the same time, I enjoy training so damn much that my mental strength is like, I need to be in the gym this many times per week. Otherwise I'd be shaking, because I need the gym every day almost. Like this one rest day, it feels super weird to wake up and not a single time during that day I'm lifting weights. That's weird in my opinion. So therefore I need the gym, and 6 times for me, it's not optimal, but maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe I just do it because I need it, I enjoy it, and in the long run I'm still getting results. And when I do actually get my rest, I get this like instant result kick, and me just doing Maltese holds, full front lever, full planche, pull-ups, push-ups, everything. And that's the moments I live for. But now I'm here in the gym, or by the gym, and it's gonna be a front lever training today. A bit exciting. It's been a long day in school, so I don't have any expectations. I never have really in my trainings. I just always hope for the best. But front lever training, resistance band is gonna be the same as the previous front lever, because I'm still in the same week, so no progressive overload since last session. And I'm hoping to execute all the sets and all the reps that are in there, and of course have the form as good as possible. But only time will tell, so I will see you in the gym. Crazy transition. Boom, and we're in the gym. I prepared the setup. Still have my 10 to 30 kg resistance band. The rings, I did mark last time where I had them, so it's on the, it should be on 8. I have these marks here, so both on 8. And every session I have the same, so the band will give me same amount of help. And it's not as important really to know, like I never measure how much help it actually gives. I just make sure that I use the same resistance band every workout, and from there I will do my progressive overload. Then how much, if I'm getting 10 or 15 kg help, doesn't really change anything. Except if you want to know how much you want to, you know, how much help you're actually getting. But I don't care, I just want my result. First off, we have the front lever pull-ups, 3 sets, 10 repetitions. Last session was a bit of a struggle. So hopefully this time it goes a bit smoother. But also, if you hear my Spotify, or if you want to, you know, find my Spotify playlist, it's gonna be in the description in the video as well. A lot of bangers in my opinion. False grip. Oof. Like, even if this isn't a tricep exercise, I'm a bit tired in the tricep from yesterday, and when I pull, I feel like I'm a bit stiff. I think, like I always say, it's the first set is sort of warm up. So every set gets a bit more blood flow. Usually the reps gets better when we actually get some blood, and you know, the muscles gets a bit softer as well. Almost like I'm warming up for the actual thing, doing the actual thing. If it makes sense. Expecting a little bit more in the second set. I also feel like when you enter the front lever, especially on rings or almost only in rings, you have to be really careful so you don't start to move around. But as soon as you get up, then I can start to be a bit more explosive. But if I start too early to pull, I'll just start to move back and forward. That's just annoying. I'm gonna wait for the drop. First ones feel really good. Last one's a little bit of hip movement, but pushing through. In general, the pull-ups have been way more clean, feel like, and more controlled. So I'm doing, you know, marking every position. So the pull-up, I mark them up, go full lockout before I drag. So it's not, you know, going halfway with bent arms because you're losing this last connection. I feel like this position to pull the front lever, definitely the hardest one. Whereas if I were to start a little bit here, easier. But from lockout to start here, that's heavy. Final set, let's get it. Oh, heavy. When it comes to resting, now I'm doing about 2.5 to 3 minutes rest between each set. That's because I'm going pretty damn close to failure. Especially when I do progressive overload and pretty recently switched. 10 reps is, you know, the maximum I can do with this band. So it's really high up and takes a lot of effort for the body. And therefore I need to have a bit more recovery. Whereas if I'm doing, let's say, weighted dips, I have way more reps in reserve, so then I can cut down a little bit more on the actual rest in between sets, because I'm not getting as exhausted from it and not as high in intensity either. Now let's move on. It's time for one arm front lever holds. I'm gonna tell you something. Today it is Friday and the gym is empty. Also we have Sunday evenings. Gym is most of the times empty. There's one way. I usually always go to the gym the days where most people don't, because at that time that's when you see like, all right, this person, this is a truly committed person. Because the people I meet on like Christmas, I'm in the gym. The day of the New Year's, I'm in the gym. I never drink and stuff like that, so I'm in the gym those days. And there's always a few people there. And you know that those motherfuckers, they also know that the easiest way to surpass the rest of the world is to work on the days where the rest are, you know, sleeping or doing other stuff. And those is the crucial days. And to be honest, it's also for yourself. When I go to the gym the day after New Year, I know that the majority of people is sleeping. And you know, I don't hate on people drinking and stuff. Of course, you do your stuff and you know, you need to enjoy life as well. But I show up the first day of the year, not because it's necessarily gonna be good. Of course, I also stay up late. But I'm in the gym because I know that if I start the year off with, you know, improving myself, going to the gym, like I already surpass the majority of the rest of the world just by doing that. So I'm already ahead of them for this year. And for myself, I also know that if I start the year this good, that literally sets the foundation for success for the rest of the year. This escalated a little, but I just want to say, when you're in the gym where most people are sleeping, you will find the truly committed people that are probably like yourself. So I'm here with my body today. We are chasing dreams. Yes. Let's go for one arm front lever, 3 sets, and 10-second holds. Might be a little bit short. Just fucking start here. Pretty solid start. Still feel like I'm way weaker on the left arm. You know, even if I start off on the left, still feel stronger in the right. But we're gonna get more symmetric, I think. I haven't always trained both arms. There was a while when I just did the right arm because I wanted to have it in competition. Came a little bit unsymmetrical, not in the way that you could see it, but definitely in strength. Way better connection. Now when I'm training both, it at least gives a bit more symmetry. I still have connection in my left, but my right arm is obviously gonna be the stronger one. Since I'm always twisting, I'm just gonna start twisted because it's just irritating to start twisting. It's like I'm losing count of my seconds and control. Let's do it. Waiting for drop. Oh, fucker. Oof. twist. I almost forget to breathe, especially the left one. My connection isn't coming automatically. But what I really try to get is my shoulders backward and my chest up. Because the higher I can get this one, the easier it's gonna be for the core as well. Otherwise, this part has to be so damn fucking tight for me to actually be straight. But if I can get this chest up, it's gonna be a bit easier for the rest of the body to go along. On to the final set. Final set for the one arm front lever. Ending it. Now I'm doing 2 sets starting on the left arm, since it's my weak arm. And then 1 set only on the right arm, or starting with the right arm. Then of course in total I do 3 sets on each arm, but starting off 2 times from this one, which was a mistake I did before. I would always start with the one I'm strong in. So when I did 1 attempt and I was extremely tired for the other one, which I was already bad at. And that's just a downhill. No more talking, let's do it. I gotta say the reps, they are way easier to count than to count seconds, especially when you're just trying to survive doing it. So I think that's around 10 seconds. Try to count consistent, but it's a bit hard. And in this one, I don't know what the solution would be. Yeah, maybe to have a clock, but then I would need to have it like up there to see it. Maybe have 10 seconds with an alarm. That could be a solution actually. Maybe just put the phone on maybe 20 seconds and then on 10 seconds an alarm for 10 seconds or a timer. So let's say put it on 20 seconds, then I go up into the front lever on 10 seconds, and then when the alarm goes off, I know I've held for 10 seconds. That could probably be a solution. Might try it. Next up is the Victorian hold. I would love to do it in rings, but I am just not there yet. I did try it, I think 2 sessions, 2 times, but it's not giving me enough to actually feel like it's worth to do at this stage. Probably could do it using a, half-a meter resistance band. At that point, it's not gonna give me anything. So I just stick to the normal with the P-bar and do so until I get stronger. I'm gonna try the timer method now. So I put the timer on 15 seconds and start when it hits 10, and then see. And I at least know I'm doing 10-second holds. All right. There we go. I think that worked out pretty damn good. I was like, when is this timer gonna ring? But this was easy as well. I think I'm gonna stick with this for the rest of the exercises today and probably in the future as well, because this is definitely way more accurate than me counting in my head. Even though that works to some degree, it's not that accurate. So I'll stick to this, easier to track progressive overload as well. Make sure I always get my seconds. I said this before, but this is the most superior exercise when it comes to flexing like your back shoulder. So we're going shirtless, so we also see like the lower back. It looks sick. Timer on 15 seconds, start on 10. Hope you like my smooth transitions. Shut the fuck up. Smooth transitions out of the resistance band. Before I usually went up, got out, but just leaning back, going for like this, by far the easiest. Might look a bit weird if you're in a public gym, but who cares. Final set. Now I'm gonna put on a music that's not necessarily my style now. It's called Chasing Ghost, but this was the thing I used to listen to back in the days. And that brings back like a lot of memories, and that indeed gives me power. So just because I heard it before, it's gonna be a good song. The intro is so damn long. Okay. I think I started like 1.5 seconds too early. Not that much, but feels like a lot. I don't know if I lost count, but I think this was the final one. I'm pretty sure. I think I done 3 sets with Victorian now. Yes, 3. Now I remember all of them. Next up is top front lever hold, and then I have some weighted pull-ups. Then we are done. Time for some top front lever holds. I feel like this one and the Victorian, they are extremely complementary, if that's what you say. But they are both a lot about getting the chest up and the shoulders down. And holding this position, both top and in Victorian. So, and as soon as you lose that position, you're gonna lose the skill. Therefore, if I'm getting strong in Victorian, I'm most likely gonna get strong in top front lever holds as well, which is nice. And I train both of them, so they're both gonna be beneficial and give me the right muscle strength. Timer for this one. Entered a bit stressful. I need more seconds for this one to enter. Maybe start at 17 seconds for the next round. I think that would be pretty good. Set number 2. Ooh. There is not a single muscle in my whole body that's not working. Even my entire face is like cramping. I don't know if it helps, but when I do things and it's really heavy, I look angry. I think that gives a few seconds. At least it must do. At least it scares people away. Final set for the rings. Then we're moving on to weighted pull-ups. Need a drop for this one. Maybe I was counting extremely slow before. I did actually see a comment on the last, I think it was last pull video. There was someone who actually timed me because this looked way too long. And I think they said it was like 15 seconds or something, which is way more than I supposed to do. So maybe last session it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was just super bad at counting. Because now this feels fast. And the opposite is for competition. When you do a, let's say like 3-second hold, that feels like 10 seconds. It is so damn, it's such an illusion in competition. You really need to be careful with counting. And for the ones who are not familiar with the point system, it depends on competition still. The sport is not big enough to have a really clear rules of what each competition should include. But most competitions in common have either you need to hold it for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Otherwise you don't get points. And like 2 seconds, it may seem like nothing, but that's counting from when you're actually holding the full plunge or front lever in the good form. So it's not into the transition. And going up, holding steady for 2 seconds, that is heavier than you think. And in competition, when you have adrenaline and everything, it's hard to control and definitely hard to count. And yeah, well, I suck at counting, but the good thing is that I'm counting too slow. So I think that's just more beneficial, to be honest. It's gonna be long holds and showing superior in strength. Catching focus, we're good. Got myself the 40 kg for the pull-ups. I'm also considering, since I'm doing 2 pull sessions per week, considering doing one of these sessions is weighted pull-ups and one is going to be weighted chin-ups. I'm probably going to try that out for the next week just to switch it up a little. Both of them are pretty damn good. Chin-ups, I've always been a bit more scared for the bicep, but most things is also if you do it controlled and rather have a bit more increased reps. It's more like in 1 rep max that the bicep is a bit more in danger. Whereas if you're doing just a lot of reps, controlled, not doing these, fast movements where it's, of course, going to be a higher chance of injury. But doing controlled, a bit high reps, so the body is not too high in the intensity. That's probably pretty good, and probably pretty good. That is good, and that's what I'm going to do if I'm doing chin-ups. But that's going to be an attempt for next week. Now I'm going to stick with the normal pull-ups and see if I can perform 10 of them. 3 sets. Last session was not too successful, so I'm hoping this one is better. still heavy. Of course, it's 40 kg, it's not that light. But the last ones, it's not chin over, but still building some damn strength. Let's get it. Set number 2. This is my max. I am giving it my all. Still not making it 10 clean reps. That's why we train pull-ups. To also get a bit stronger, but of course in general as well. It's a nice movement, and it builds some back and pulling strength, which is beneficial for everything. And freestyle as well, actually. Last one for today. Gonna end it with the legendary back shot. I'm gonna say 9 reps for the final one. That was not even close to being guilty. But that was it. Now I am done with the workout, which feels nice. I ended everything today pretty late. It is 10 minutes past, 9:30, so it's fucking late. But grinding. Even if I have my long days in school, I always go here. Because I know that every time after workout I feel way better, and the next day I'm gonna feel even better. And that's why I do this on and on and on, and gives results. Let's wrap it up with some physique shot. Still haven't figured out how to flex my back properly. This was a pull workout, but I think that is at least something. And then triceps, a lot in like Victorian training. This part is activated like crazy. Now it's more almost in push. I start to get like a small vein here. I remember in young age when I started working out, like getting veins was probably the sickest thing ever. So I would almost starve myself just to get some veins. And now you start getting a lot of them and don't really care anymore. No, I'm just lying. That's a lie. Veins is still sick as fuck. Sometimes I just do a workout just to look a certain way. You feel so damn pumped up. Fucking alien. Almost, when you hold and then you start to pump and you start to look just like freak of nature. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch up. I'm so damn white right now that exposure is down at 0, and I'm still in blending, people. I'm sorry. And if you're asking if I have a lot of good genetics, I would say definitely yes. My genetics is probably making it easier for me to build mass. But what matters even more is the fact that I've been training for many, many years. And to be honest, I'm choosing a sport, calisthenics. It is not really beneficial for my genetics. Being a bigger dude, I would probably be more perfect for maybe bodybuilding, to be honest, or street lifting or something like that. A bit more built than freestyle and static skills. But I don't give a fuck. Like, I love doing statics, and that's what I'm focusing on. And I know hard work pays off even more than talent. And the fact that I have, genetics that makes it pretty easy for me to build mass and build strength, it's of course helping me here as well, even though the foundation isn't really meant for me to be a calisthenics athlete in that sense. But then you do what you love. But the truth is, if you look at almost any category, any sport, at the highest level, those people are gonna have genetics for that sport. But they also put a damn ton of work into it. But to become the absolute best in what you do, it's going to be beneficial to have talent and genetics for it. And then, of course, hard work is the key factor. But if you have all of them, that's pretty damn unstoppable. But if you love something, put the work in, you're going to reach a damn high level. That's my goal. To be honest, I don't
care too much about being the absolute best in the world in calisthenics. It's not really my point. I don't see that value in it. I would love to be the world champion in my weight category. That would be pretty damn sick, and to reach like the maximum level for me. But then if there's people that is working even harder than I do, I'm just gonna say mad respect to them, because I'm doing what I love. I'm training because I think it's fun. I'm training because I need it, mentally wise and body wise as well. I feel great. You know, working out has helped almost all scenarios in life. I've had an easy time with studies, with business, with friends and everything. Most of my friends are within training, and we are damn alike. And one of my friends I've known for the most time, we met actually in the gym. We were both 13 years old, and we entered a course. We had to go like a 1-week course, I think it was in total, to actually get access to the gym because we were too young to train. So we met there at that course by the age of 13, and we're still fucking tied together, still until this day. And I think it's because we met in the gym. Can prove me wrong, but I'm always gonna argue for that. Now I have no more to say. I'm gonna go home, eat. It is Friday. I'm not gonna eat shit, but I'm gonna eat a good dinner, high protein, and maybe take like a Cola Zero or something like that, just to celebrate a little. But that's gonna be it. I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.